Let's face it, relationships are hard. After 6 years of marriage and over 10 years together, I wish I could say I've nailed it.
Laurel has gone mad. There is a giant beehive in our garage that just formed today. And she thinks she's going to be able to put them in a bag. Put them in a bag. I was hoping for a chill Friday night, but...
In a relationship, there are two personalities, two sets of gifts, traumas, families, strengths, and weaknesses. How do you bring those two seemingly disparate things together?
Oh my God!
They say opposites attract. And perhaps they attract because the universe is naturally seeking to manifest balance, to pull two extremes closer together and smooth the edges, to harmonize the dissimilar, to create unity. That's a unity we can discover with another person, if we're lucky.
I think I have a very linear brain.
My brain is very chaotic.
I need to work procedurally through things.
When I'm brainstorming or problem solving,
I have a step-by-step process.
it's all bubbles and things that are connecting together.
I want to make sure that I have all the information possible. I don't know if I was always like that.
I really have to focus in to be okay, this is the line that I'm trying to lead somebody down.
The world kind of teaches you to be like that, and I found strength in that. It just seems to be the way that my brain works best.
When I very first met Bren, I thought that we were very different, or that he was very different.
Well, actually, I don't know. I think at first we may have connected through things like travel and love of the world.
And then as we got to know each other more, I think I saw how we were similar.
We are both open to alternative thoughts.
And now we've been together for a long time. Our differences are more apparent.
We find common interests and we equate those to similarities, but they don't really tell us anything about what we believe or how we perceive the world. All the deeper things that kind of truly reveal, are you similar to someone? Do you think in the same ways? I think that's something we figure out every day. It's not something you ever nail down as this is the perfect way to do it.
Sometimes we can be in a great flow. Our strengths and weaknesses are really playing off each other, capitalizing on the things that each of us does best.
Laurel can have a lot of ideas and a lot of energy and a lot of good stuff coming out of her. I think it works best when I'm sort of catching those ideas. So I think I'm trying to bring probably order.
Working with anybody that's very different from you, it requires suspending of your own beliefs and ideas about how something should go.
I think the biggest challenge is not pushing each other too far. If Laurel has more of a chaotic, free-flowing energy, and I'm always trying to suppress it or organize it and put it into boxes, she can feel very controlled or overwhelmed on either side. If things are getting too chaotic for me, I'll get really stressed out and, frustrated.
Instead of taking the time to really be present and understand somebody in the moment, you can start to act out of your assumptions of somebody. I think one of the most consistent challenges is continuing to offer grace and patience with the other person.
Probably the most challenging thing is trying to find a balance between us when we work together and also just living life together. I think we can get stuck in believing that, our way of thinking or our way of doing things is the right way. Having someone to contrast that and kind of put you in your place sometimes.
I think being with somebody that's different from you forces you to grow and assess yourself. Your partner is kind of being a mirror for you and showing you things about yourself that maybe you didn't realize before.
I think if I were to have a partner that was just like me, that would be a scary, scary household. The interplay between order and chaos, structure and spontaneity, I think is important.
I think our differences have made me more self-aware. I think that's challenging, but it's also what makes something more exciting and rewarding.
I think it's easy for me to get stuck in my head, believing the things that I think about in my own little space, my own echo chamber. And Laurel's really great at questioning me and just making me loosen up and embrace sort of the non-control that you have in life. Because you don't. Laurel wasn't there to remind me that things don't always go as planned, and that sometimes the most beautiful things in life can come out of those unplanned moments.
What have I changed? I think the thing that I appreciate about Bren is his groundedness, consistency, reliability. I think I've realized the importance of plans. Maybe just being more aware of somebody else's needs, of how they're different from me, and instead of just thinking that they should be more like me, accepting the way that they are and giving space for that.
Change is essential. A lot of people want a relationship where they don't have to change. And at a fundamental level, you have to accept your partner as they are today, flaws and all. But a deeply meaningful relationship doesn't just reinforce who you are. It motivates you to improve. It can bring you from that extreme to a place of balance, of unity.
So if you guys have made it this far, you've probably already subscribed, but if not, you can hit the subscribe button and also sign up for Bren's newsletter. This week I wrote it though, so maybe that's why things are a little crazy. Yeah, you should just subscribe to it. That's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting. We love to hear from you. We'll see you next week.